Good morning, my honorable supervisor in the research method subject, Mr. Dr. Ikomang Budiarto, SPD M.Hum MPD. Thank you very much for the opportunity. On this occasion, I would like to present my research proposal entitled The Correlation Between Vocabulary Mastery and Speaking Skill of the 7th grade student of SMP Negeri 5 Kuta Selatan in the academic year 2024 and 2025. But before I start, let me introduce myself. My name is Nimadi Sarniase. My NVM is 210-18820-30069. Well, in this proposal, I would like to explain three important points. First, the introduction. Second, theoretical and empirical review. And the last is research method. In introduction, there are 2 points will be discussed. For the first is background of the study. The background of the study in this research proposal focuses on the importance of vocabulary mastery in developing speaking skill among students. It highlights the essential role of vocabulary knowledge in language learning and communications. And the second is research problem. The research formulated the research problem as follows. Is there any significant correlation between vocabulary mastery and speaking skill of the 7th grade student of SMP Negeri 5 Kuta Selatan in the academic year 2024 and 2025? Next, in Chapter 2, Theoretical and Empirical Review. Okay, theoretical review. The theoretical review including speaking skill and vocabulary mastery. For speaking skill, the researchers use theory from Harmer 2001, Thornbury 2005, and Brown 2001. So speaking skill are very vital and an important element in communications, expressing feelings and emotions to the listener when learning a second language. And for vocabulary mastery, the researchers use theory from Thornbury 2009, Hedge and Brown 2018, and Willis 2008. For all the statements present, without vocabulary it is difficult to understand the message, hence vocabulary is highly important. Next, empirical review. The first research was conducted by Giulianti 2020. The weakness of this research is that the reliance on questionnaires for assessing vocabulary. Thus, to address this limitation, the current study endeavors to employ a more comprehensive evaluation method, namely the matching closed procedure test. The second research was conducted by Uwinda 2015. The weakness of this research is that the researchers didn't provide a clear and detailed explanation of the time in the research instrument. Therefore, in this study, researchers want to provide clear instructions regarding time allocation, 30 minutes to complete the vocabulary mastery test, and 3 minutes to conduct a descriptive monologue with each student. And the last discussion in this chapter is about hypothesis. The researchers would like to formulate the hypothesis as follows. The first is alternative hypothesis. There is a significant correlation between speaking skill and vocabulary mastery. And then the second is null hypothesis. There is no significant correlation between speaking skill and vocabulary mastery. And next, chapter 3 is the last chapter will be discussed. And the first discussion in this chapter is research design. Ex post facto is research design in this study. The researchers' interest in two variables, speaking skill as a dependent variables, and students' vocabulary mastery as an independent variables. Next, population and sample. In this study, the population will be 270 students enrolled in the 7th grade at SMP Negeri 5 Kuta Selatan and 60 students as samples, taking random samples using a lottery approach. And next, research instrument. The research instrument, the instrument of the present study is speaking test and vocabulary mastery test. They are matching close procedure tests, picture code tests, validity, and reliability. And data collection. Data will be collected through vocabulary mastery test and speaking skill assessment. 40 questions for vocabulary mastery test and 30 pictures for speaking skill test. Then the total score from the samples will be considered as data collection for this study. Last one is data analysis. In analyzing the data of this study, there are some data that should be prepared to make a good analyzing. Those are prerequisites, including normality testing and homogeneity testing, and hypothesis testing, including person-product moment and t-testing. Well, that is all about my explanation. Thank you very much for the attention.